Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave division rivals stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news. All right, Browns fans, sit tight because the landscape of the NFL, especially in the AFC North, might be shifting in a way we haven't seen in a while. The buzz around the upcoming 2026 NFL Draft is already intense, and Cleveland's plans for the draft are starting to take shape. But it's not just about who they'll pick. It's about the bigger picture, the strategic moves, and what this means for the Browns' future. And trust me, this isn't just some speculative talk. It's about how Cleveland could position itself to stay competitive, maybe even dominate, for years to come. So here's the scoop. Cleveland is widely expected to target a quarterback early in the 2026 draft. In fact, many insiders believe the Browns could have a top 5 pick, thanks to the team's current positioning and the overall performance this season. Not only that, but Cleveland also owns the Jacksonville Jaguars' first-round pick, which gives them some serious leverage if they decide to trade up and snag a franchise quarterback. The idea is clear. Cleveland is eyeing the future at the most critical position on the field. But what's interesting is the overall perception of the quarterback class this year. And let me tell you, it's not looking great from the NFL execs' point of view. Multiple high-ranking NFL officials have spoken to The Athletic, and the consensus is pretty much the same. These quarterbacks just aren't impressing anyone. Nobody's really standing out as the next big thing, the kind of guy who could walk into Cleveland, take the reins, and lead us to a Super Bowl. An anonymous NFL team executive summed it up perfectly, saying, "Nobody is playing the position well enough to be like, that dude can take over my franchise." That's a pretty stark statement, considering how much teams invest in finding that franchise quarterback. It makes you wonder if Cleveland will be able to land their guy in this draft, or if they'll have to get creative with trades, or even wait for next year's class. Another exec added that they're not sold on any of the top prospects as the future of a franchise. "I don't love any of the quarterbacks, right now," they said. And that's a tough pill for Browns fans to swallow because, let's face it, we've been waiting patiently for that guy who can finally elevate our offense. Instead, the feeling across the league is that these prospects are more about potential than proven greatness. It's like everyone is grasping at straws, trying to find someone to build around, but the talent pool just isn't there this cycle. Adding to the gloom, a third NFL executive mentioned that the overall quality of this quarterback class is disappointing compared to previous years. They pointed out that expectations were higher. 2 years ago, we saw a really strong class with plenty of high-end talent, and everyone hoped this cycle would at least follow that trend. But instead, the top-tier guys haven't lived up to the hype. Many of the younger quarterbacks are considering going back to college or trying to cash in on nil money because they're not seeing enough opportunity to make their mark in the NFL just yet. It's a tricky situation because as Browns fans, we've seen what a good quarterback can do. Think about Baker Mayfield and how he transformed our franchise when he was at his best. But right now, the league seems pretty skeptical about who can be that guy in 2026. The top names in the running for the Browns' pick, if they stay in the top 5, are Fernando Mendoza from Indiana, Ty Simpson, Lanoris Sellers, and Dante Moore. And let me tell you, Mendoza has been making waves lately. He's the current QB1 in many mock drafts, especially after leading Indiana to a huge win at Penn State. That game-winning drive only solidified his standing as a potential franchise guy. Mendoza's stats this season are pretty impressive. 181 completions on 254 attempts, for 342 yards, with 26 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions. That kind of production, combined with his development under coach Curt Cignetti, shows he's got the tools to succeed in the NFL. I've seen some comparisons that say Mendoza could be the guy who turns Cleveland's offense around quickly. And honestly, Browns fans, we need that kind of turnaround. But here's the thing. While the Browns are definitely eyeing a quarterback early in the draft, there's some skepticism about whether they'll stick with current management and coaching staff to develop that quarterback. Browns insider Zach Jackson from The Athletic pointed out that the team is in a bit of a limbo. Cleveland's front office and coaching staff are still trying to figure out if Dillon Gabriel can be the guy or if they need to start fresh. Gabriel has shown flashes, but he's not exactly the long-term answer we've been dreaming about. And let's be real, the current state of the offense doesn't exactly scream stability or confidence. The big question for Browns fans is, will Cleveland go all in on this quarterback class, or will they wait and see? The smart money seems to say they'll take a shot at one of these top prospects, most notably Mendoza, who many believe has the highest upside. Some experts, like Tim Bielik from Cleveland.com, are already projecting Mendoza as the pick. They say his strong arm, leadership, and game-winning mentality at Indiana make him a perfect fit to be our franchise quarterback. Mendoza's numbers this season are nothing short of impressive, and his ability to perform under pressure is exactly what Cleveland needs. But let's not forget, drafting a quarterback is always a gamble, especially when the league's top execs are saying the class isn't very deep or talented. The Browns have to weigh whether they want to gamble on a high-upside rookie or try to find help elsewhere. Still, the feeling among Browns fans is that this team needs a spark, someone who can lift us out of mediocrity and take us to the next level. And if Mendoza or another top quarterback can do that, it could be the move that defines this franchise for years to come. And what about the current roster? Well, Cleveland's offense has been a mixed bag this season. Dillon Gabriel has had some bright moments, but consistency remains an issue. The coaching staff, led by Kevin Stefanski, has been trying to develop the offense, but there's a sense that we're still searching for that rhythm. The offensive line has struggled at times, and the receivers haven't always been able to capitalize on good throws. The defense, as usual, has been a bright spot, but ultimately, if Cleveland wants to compete with the top teams in the AFC, they need a reliable quarterback who can make the tough throws and handle the pressure in big games. Looking ahead, Browns fans are already dreaming of what the future could hold. If the team makes the right call in the draft and develops that young quarterback properly, we could see a resurgence similar to what we saw with Baker Mayfield in 2018 or even more. But it all hinges on whether the front office and coaching staff are willing to take the plunge. The 2026 draft might be the start of a new chapter, one where Cleveland finally finds that franchise quarterback who can lead us to glory. Now, the AFC North is no stranger to quarterback battles and divisional rivalries, but if Cleveland manages to land a legit franchise guy in this draft, it could shift the entire balance of power. The Ravens have Lamar Jackson, the Bengals have Joe Burrow, and the Steelers are always competitive under their QB carousel. If Cleveland hits on this pick, it could mean an era of dominance that lasts for years. But if they miss out or get another project, we might be stuck waiting a little longer for that breakthrough. So, Browns fans, it's a tense but exciting time. The future of our team depends on some tough decisions right now. The draft is still a few months away, but the buzz is already building. Will Cleveland take that leap and draft Mendoza or another top quarterback? Or will they gamble on current roster options and develop from within? Whatever happens, one thing is for sure. This team has the potential to be a serious contender if they make the right moves. And we'll be right here, cheering every step of the way, hoping for that breakthrough that finally puts the Cleveland Browns back on top. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. Do you believe Mendoza is the answer? Are you confident in our current management's ability to make the right call? Or do you think we should wait and develop Dillon Gabriel and see what he can become? Whatever your view, I want to know, because this is a fan base that's passionate and hungry for success. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news. We're in this together, Browns Nation, and the best is yet to come.